Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Leah Simpson. This is Homeschool at Heart, and today we're going to do a plan with me video. Alright guys, we are so close to the beginning of school. We are starting on the last Monday of August. And I am in dire need of planning out my first week of school. I only plan out 1 week at a time, typically. Every once in a while I'll do a little bit more than that, but we're gonna stick with 1 week at a time. The school does ask me to give like a pacing sheet at the beginning of the school year, and I will show you what that looks like too. But we're gonna go ahead and get into the video. I am gonna just show you my daughter Charlotte's plans just for the sake of time. I have 3 kids. The planner that I have has enough room for all 3 of them. I'll show you guys how that works and what I do in just a minute. So the beginning of the school year is just around the corner. We are just about to start our 8th year of homeschooling here in our household, and it's overwhelming to me if I don't have at least something down on paper. Typically, I'll only plan 1 or 2 weeks in advance because things typically change. Like life things come up. We don't complete everything that I think that we're gonna complete, things like that. So I just wanna not have to change too much as the weeks go on. My school does require me to give some pacing information to our teacher facilitator. So mine has come up with this sheet, and it just has our learning periods across the top. I only have to fill out 3 at a time. And then it has the subjects along the side. So we have ELA, math, science, and social studies. I'll be writing in her loose lesson plans for the first week of school in my planner, which brings me to my supplies. So here is my teacher planner. This is just from Amazon, guys. This is like a no frills planner, and that's all I feel like I need. So it has enough room in each of our little spaces here for all 3 kids to have what I need to written down. And then I just put the subjects across the top. It has the dates already in there. It has enough room in each of these date spaces that I can write if we have something else going on during that day. Like I babysit for my sister at least 1 day a week, and so if we're watching kids, then I'll write that in there so I know that we're gonna start later in the day. The other thing that I really like to have is erasable pens. These are the Pilot Friction pens, and these are clickable. I really, really love these, and I have a different color for each kid, so I don't have to write their name in or initials or anything like that. And then I just use black or a dark blue to write in the family subjects, the morning time things, the subjects, any notes that I need to write in. I just use a different color than these 3 that I use for my kids. So I will link all of these things below, do not worry. I did just recently, I'll show these in a haul video. I did just recently buy a whole set of these really cool little there's different size, it's not showing. Ugh. Guys, okay, here it is. They're the Mr. Pen brand. So I like Mr. Pen because Mr. Pen is very, they are supportive of faith-based businesses. So they have lots of Bible marking utensils and things like that. So I decided that I was going to support them with all of my office supply needs that I didn't already own. So if they come out with erasable pens, I'll be buying those from them. But for now, I'm using my Pilot ones. Not that there's anything wrong with Pilot, but you know, when you find out that there's a company that has the same kind of views as you do, then you want to support them. Anyway, so then that also brings me to, I just bought planners for my big kids this year for the first time, and we're gonna see how it goes. I do not have an opinion either way about how it's going so far, because we haven't used them really. They have written a few things in there, like events that we have done so far in August. I am not going to show that because there's still things that we are going to be doing soon, but here's what I like about this planner. There's nothing written in here, but this planner has the dates and it has enough room for them to write their own assignments in, and it has little check boxes, and I really liked that because what I'm going to have them do is at the beginning of each school week, they're going to write down their assignments. They'll copy them out of my planner, and then they have the opportunity to finish early in the week. So if they get all of these things checked off, they can say, hey mom, I finished all of my subjects for the whole week. Can you check them? And then they can have extra days off. I am totally 100% fine with that if they want to go ahead of what my pacing is. So, oh, I didn't really show you guys anything else about this planner. So what I have done, it's a really simple planner. I have put our charter school, all of their like plans. So it has each like learning period listed, and then holidays, when the end of semesters are, when testing days are, things like that. So I actually taped it in this time so I don't have to keep looking it up. But let me show you. So it just, it has the basic weeks that I already showed you, but it also has like a calendar page. This is where I put like my meal plan and things like that. I do put in like what days I'm going to be babysitting just for the sake of meal planning actually, but I will also put in what days I'm going to rehearsal because I just got cast in a new show and things like that. Like if there's big events that are going to like cause us to have specific food needs. So that is all that this planner does. Super simple, works really great for me as a charter school mom because I don't have to keep track of attendance. I don't have to keep track of, there's just not a lot of stuff that I have to personally keep track of. The school keeps all the records, they keep the attendance, all of that stuff. I just send it in monthly and I don't have to really think about it. So that is the planner, and I've used it. This is the third year that I have used it. It is $10 or under depending on sales, and I'm really happy with it. So if you need a really complicated planner, then that is awesome for you, but I don't need that. So I am just sticking with simple because that's what works best for me. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you guys how I'm gonna plan all this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write in all of my stuff at the top, and then we'll get started on filling it all in. All right, I actually think, let's see if I could switch the camera. It might be easier to see from this side. Okay, I think that will actually be better. So what I have is morning time. Oops, dropped the book. So I have morning time, Bible, math, reading, writing, history, science, and elective because we do dance and we do music. So we'll go ahead and write in what we know for right now. For right now, Bible is going to actually be part of morning time. We're doing a Bible study together, but eventually Awana will start back up for my kids, and they are part of the Awana program at my church. And I think that's all we need to really know at this point. So I have my pacing guide for some of this, and I will go ahead and just get started. Charlotte is pink, and I usually write her stuff down at the bottom since she's the third kid. She is going into third grade this year. I can't believe it. So, and then we are starting on Monday the 28th, so this will be our first full week of school. That week we are also babysitting on Thursday, so that will be our free day that we're not doing school. So I guess I could write that in. And by not doing school, I mean we're doing like life skill things. So we are still learning, just not from our typical book things. So just to clarify. All right, so with math, since that is the first thing on the list, we'll go back to practice 1. And I'll write in, usually abbreviate, and then 2. All right, and then I think that I saw that this is only 3. So as I get to the end of each of their school weeks, I usually will ask them on Friday or so to, well, it used to be Thursday, it'll be Friday now, to bring me their books as they finish with them, and then I'll check all their work and go ahead and write in next week's assignments as I go. All right, so then we'll have practice 1 again. Oops, not there. Practice 1. But if I had written here, I could have erased it with my erasable pen. Okay, so that is math for the first week. Super simple, right? No stress approach. So then we have lessons 1 through 8 of All About Reading. So we know that we're only doing 2 lessons per week. So we'll go ahead and do AAR lesson 1. And then we'll skip a day and do AAR lesson 2. So then for the next ones, we'll do Moving Beyond the Page, MBTP. We'll do, I can't remember what they said it was. It was not the first page is what I think. So we'll do activity 1. And then we'll do activity 2 that week. 1 and then activity 2. Oops. All right. What book we're using? All right. So hopefully that makes sense. She doesn't have writing. My big kids have IEW, so we'll keep track of their stuff here. She does have handwriting, but it's just going to be 1 page per day, so I don't really feel like I need to write all of that in here. But for history, let me grab my lesson book here. We're doing early American history with beautiful feet. So we're going to be doing lessons 1 through 8. So I'm guessing that means that I decided to do, okay, I got to find it. So it should be lessons 1 and lessons 2. So I need to grab my other pen for this because it's everybody. I won't have to write this in for other kids, so we're just going to do lesson 1, and then on Wednesday we'll do lesson 2, and then for science they go by weeks for Harbor and Sprout, so we'll do, how this works for us is I'll do week 1 because we do both the science and the nature study for Harbor and Sprout. There's 4 lessons in each, so we'll do week 1 of the regular science lesson, and then on Fridays we'll do the nature study, so NS week 1. So then the next week we'll do week 2 and nature study week 2, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. So then on Wednesdays they have their dance. Everybody has dance on the same day, so makes it easy for me. It's at the same place, so we just go. And then another day of the week they'll have music, but that won't be starting until we get into September. So that is it for my little Charlotte for her plans for the first week. I'll write in the morning time stuff later when I have figured it all out. But as far as her regular subjects, this is everything. All right, guys, hopefully that was helpful to you. That's how I plan out my days and weeks. And it's pretty simple stuff, but I hope that that can kind of show you guys how simple it really can be. You just go on to the next lesson each day. You don't even have to write it down. It's just a thing that you can just have your books in a spot and just say, hey, let's just go on to the next thing. So, you know, homeschool doesn't have to be really complicated, doesn't have to be that hard. So I hope that that was encouraging or helpful. Let me know in the comments what you think of simplified planning, or if you are a person who feels like they need to have everything planned out all at once. How do you guys usually plan your weeks and months? I would love to know. And I will talk to you guys in my next one next week. Have a good week. All right, you guys. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. Super duper exciting for my family is that we got new flooring, and I'm going to show you guys what it all looks like. Don't have any baseboards yet, but you know, baby steps. Look at it, so pretty. All right, guys, that is it for today's video. I always almost call them episodes. This is not a podcast and it's not a television show. This is it for today's video, and I hope you guys are having a good time getting ready for school to start back up again, and I will see you in my next video.